So here at the Electric Bike Company, we actually wait until the customer chooses and designs their bike online, and then we take that order and then we actually build every bike to order. Each bike is built by one bike builder, and he then goes through the whole bike process and builds the bike from start to finish. Each frame, if it is custom painted, we actually take a raw frame, a raw fork, fender, chain guard, and then paint it their specific color, and then we'll take their order and decide on how to build it. Each bike being built per order. All the parts are shipped from 9 different countries, including the United States, and we actually put them in these bins. We inspect each one before it goes onto the bike, and then the bike builder also takes a look at each individual part, making sure that the part meets our specifications, and then we'll build the bike according to the customer's design. Even our wheels are laced individually, and then we cut the spokes, thread the spokes, and then we have a guy working the spoke machine, and then he will actually spoke the wheel and then put it into our spoke machine down this rail, and then this machine then would true the wheel, and then it will come into our truing machine, and once that's finalized, it'll actually come through and be hung on our wheel racks, and each one has a spec, the type of spoke, type of color, front or back, what type of tire, and then it'll be put onto the individual bike. Each one of the parts for our batteries and for obviously all the bike are arranged in different departments. For instance, here's our battery room. We've got our controllers here for the different models. We've got our charger, internal chargers there. We've got some of our wiring. We've got all our hardware is individually sourced, and our battery pack, the casing, our plug and play wiring with color coding wiring, our fuses, our lights, even the cases for the Model Y are 3D printed, and then the parts to put the case together, and then that's put inside the battery and sent out to the customer. Here's an example of us assembling each individual pack. So that's the controller, the charger, the wiring, and then that pack then will go through for testing and sent out. We have our engineers that would design our different parts. We have a very unique battery pack that's coming out. It's a 3D battery pack. It actually gets printed in this room, and some of our parts are actually printed in here and in a third room too. The parts are then sorted for each one. We've got over now about 600 individual parts. As I say, come from 9 different places around the world, and then you are inspected before they are assembled. Then we have our accounting department and our logistics department and customer service and marketing and sales. And here's an example of one of the frames. It's been individually painted: fork frame, fender, chain guard, and some of our individual accessories that we then also spec. We'll go through to our paint room, where we actually individually then paint in every custom painted frame, fork, fender, chain guard. Here are a couple that have just come out the paint room. They come raw frame, and then the customer gets to design his own bike, and we'll paint his frame. And those are some suspension forks that are painted. These are getting ready to go into the paint booth. And here's our paint booth. It's quite interesting. We have 27 different colors, or you can choose any color that the customer likes, and we'll match it according to a chart and according to Pantone codes and according to our suppliers code, and then we'll take that, we'll mix it with a reducer and a primer, and then what we'll do is we'll bring it into the paint room and we'll paint the frame, the fork, the fenders, the chain guard, all individually colored and then brought out and hung to dry, ready for the day's building. We also have our warehouse. We have a couple of warehouses where we have all our different parts. H2 is an American company that supplies us our helmets and some of our accessories, tires. Here's another 3D printer which is printing one of our cases. And we have another warehouse where we have a lot of our smaller parts which make up our grommets and our wiring and all the different 500, it's almost now 600 parts from the 9 different countries, and it's very important that each part meets our specifications. Here's some more hardware for the bike. It's all stainless, rust resistant. Really important that that's right. We have different lights, and then we have headsets, and each individual item, as I say, is sourced. And this is an Italian brand, I think it's Centauri, and we have our kill switches and our wiring inside this room, and then some of our frames and our rims are inside there. So overall it's a very complicated but rewarding process in getting all the individual parts. We got from Holland and Germany and Taiwan and China and Japan and Korea and Belgium and United States. We closed for the fires for customers, but we are operating for the manufacturing. But so yes, so here is an individual bike being built to order. The customer would spec his order according to all kinds of different selections, and then what we do is we individually, after the bike builder, we individually test it, and we make sure that all the check marks are tested. We make sure that everything's tightened according to Newton meters of torque, and then it is signed off by an independent bike mechanic, and then it would go out after the inspection. It actually ends up going out on a test ride. It goes out, gets test ridden, comes back, it's signed off, and then we pack it and we ship it fully built. So this bike is fully built from our factory in a big box. All the customer does is he twists the handlebars, gets put on a big box on a crate, and then gets shipped out to the customer's door. So each individual bike can be personalized online. We can choose wooden fenders from Bend, Oregon, or we can choose different color rims and trim and baskets and seat color and frame design, and whatever he likes, we'll build it according to his design. There's over 10,000 options, and then we put it in a box and we ship it to his door. Hopefully this shows how we take care of our product. Very proud of it. Thanks for watching.